Just like in previous two full bottle worthy or not videos, I'll review and rate 5 samples, and in the end I'll tell you which ones are full bottle worthy for me. But watch the entire video because some perfumes might not work out for me, but they will be a love for you. Also, I'll talk about 2 new 2024 perfume releases, and those are Fragrance du Bois Sirene and Creed Queen of Silk, so stay tuned to find out how they smell. Welcome back, I'm Miri, and here we talk in depth about fragrances. So let's start with the first one, and that is Mugler Angel Elixir. Another flanker of the original Angel that truly shocked fragrance community in 1992 when it came out. Of course, this flanker isn't very shocking at all, but I did enjoy the ad in which Elixir is marketed as a perfume that will reinvent your reality, that will envelop your skin like a corseted bodysuit, and that will enhance your femininity, because in every part of the commercial, female silhouette is very emphasized, specifically in the last part of the ad where Angel Elixir transforms you into a fearless supra woman. Obviously, a lot of money went into the marketing and the bottle with this stunning deep blue hues, trying to give an image of like a floral Milky Way scent captured inside. The commercial, the idea, the bottle, everything is really cool, but how Mugler Angel Elixir smells. The opening of Angel Elixir is a bit sharp, with orange blossom, some like this citrusy bergamot, sparkling methyl bright pink pepper, and sweetness from vanilla. And this crisp, peppery floral opening with fruity spiciness smells to me a bit similar to the freshness and sweetness from mint candies, and it lasts only 5 minutes, after which vanilla and white florals continue to develop, and that sweet white floral profile remains constant and unchanged in this perfume. In the background, you can smell these deeper and woodier notes, which are a good contrast to sweet, powdery and buttery smooth floral aroma. I was expecting that Ylang Ylang will have banana pastry type of quality in this perfume, but as you can see from the picture of properties Ylang Ylang can have in perfumes from Homesick website, here Ylang Ylang smells balsamic and spicy, while sandalwood gives this like creamy, milky texture. Basically, this is a creamy, woody floral scent, similar to a scent of jasmine flowers floating on top of sugared milk in a wooden bowl. This is a nice combination of milky jasmine with vanilla and woody amber base. It has a very powdery lactonic texture that rounds woody notes and florals into a very creamy and likable concoction. There's nothing vibrant, cutting, different or edgy in this perfume, although without a doubt, Angel Elixir is very likable. Compared to the original Angel, which is like heavy, sweet, caramel, chocolate type of gourmand perfume with patchouli, here in Angel Elixir, there's no patchouli or caramel. They're just utterly different, since mostly what you get in Elixir is jasmine, vanilla and woods. Everybody likes those notes, so of course Elixir is very likable, but absolutely incomparable with the complexity and character Angel has. And even though I'm not a very big fan of the original Angel because you get a lot of patchouli, that fragrance without doubt has a lot of character and a lot of sex appeal. If you dislike the scent of the original Angel, but you like the bottle, then this very likable, uncomplicated, simple perfume might be for you. But if you love the original Angel, you will probably feel deeply offended with this new flanker and L'Oreal's approach to Mugler as a brand, because they destroyed the original revolutionary and edgy spirit of the brand, which was a reason why people decided to buy Mugler perfumes, because they were different. And now Mugler perfumes are just as simple, mass appealing and generic as most of other designer fragrances. From a perfume called Elixir, you would expect great longevity, but unfortunately I get mostly like 4-5 hours of wear from Angel Elixir on my skin. So yeah, performance is below moderate and a bit disappointing. The scent doesn't smell bad at all. It's truly nice, it's likable, it's delicious, but it smells like a combination of several other perfumes such as Valentino's Donna Born in Roma and Victor and Rolf Good Fortune, but market is already filled with such nice and solid perfumes, and because this one can't be proud of its longevity, it's a pass for me. I won't be buying full bottle, and I would rate its scent and performance mainly because of the performance with 5.5 out of 10. This is a colder weather fragrance, and yes, it smells very pretty, but it seems like more money went into the marketing than the scent itself. Next one is a new 2024 perfume release that is very hyped up currently, and I'm talking about fragrance de Bois Sirene, first female inspired fragrance from this house. The scent is branded as a perfume that will make you feel empowered and encourage you to unlock your seductive siren within. It comes in a gorgeous bottle with a pink nameplate adorned with pink Swarovski crystals to match femininity and equally plush pink box. The entire packaging and the note of cherry made me think this would be some type of like Barbie perfume, but no, it's not. It has seductive qualities as well. So let me tell you how it smells. Sirene opens with a very bright cherry, but cherry here smells to me more like a combination of strawberry and cherry, and it has this like bubblegum vibe together with some darker aspects from pepper. The opening smells very rich and gorgeous, so don't be afraid it would smell juvenile or overly sweet. It doesn't. It's definitely a seductive, mesmerizing, sexy perfume. Also, it has this like milky structure because of the lactones, so it's very smooth, creamy, strawberry cherry with some spicier, darker, woodier backbone. The opening smells like a strawberry cherry milkshake with whipped cream or cherry rice pudding on a wooden table. And the initial 15 to 20 minutes of Sirene are like the most delicious thing ever. The scent smells gourmand, but it has those darker notes to balance it out. So it's very sweet, playful, fruity, bubblegummy, and milky, but also dark and spicy and grown up. After those initial 15 to 20 minutes, it seems rolls are slowly getting replaced and darker notes are becoming more prominent compared to the opening. And in the mid, you get this like lactonic, bubblegummy, candied cherry, but oud and incense are equally prominent. Combined, they give this like spicy, smoky woodiness to the scent. You don't have to be worried about the oud because it's on the beginner-friendly level, but it is there. It's noticeable, although it smells bit more woody than it does like oud, and it doesn't have this animalic, skanky barnyard smell at all. It's subdued and it gives a good contrast to this silky, milky, strawberry cherry candidness. Also, I have to tell you that in the card I can smell something nutty, like almonds are used, although they are not listed. So this becomes a combination of strawberry puff pastry with delicious custard on the cutting board with some almonds and smoke filling up the room after blowing a cherry candle. So you got a mix of lactonic, fruity, woody, spicy and nutty facets. And after the mid, like 2-3 hours into the scent, cherry dissipates and Sirene finishes as a custardy, woody, ambery scent that has some sweetness and creaminess, but also a slight smokiness with amber and oud. And I really like this fragrance. It's the most luxurious, seductive combination of a sweet, milkshakey cherry with rough, smoky, woody edges that would be a great year-round fragrance and somebody's signature scent. But since it's more on the pricier side, I would wear it only for special occasions. I don't think the pink bottle really suits Sirene, and this perfume is a proof that looks can be deceiving, because although it starts very feminine, fluffy, soft, pinkish and playful, it quickly morphs into this witchy, mysterious, woody and smoky scent. It's definitely dark and sexy and not a safe blind buy. The opening is feminine without a doubt, but the dry down smells more masculine, so it could be a unisex fragrance. And on some skin chemistries, this can be very spicy and woody, so you need to test this fragrance before committing to a full bottle, because it won't be for everyone. Although I agree that cherry perfumes have been overdone by now, this is a different approach to cherry with this milky oud facets, and it is a cherry done right. I absolutely love it. It makes me feel confident, and despite the bottle looking like something princess would wear, this is a perfume for a seductress. Longevity is also great. It lasts 8+ hours on my skin, but it projects only for the first 2-3 hours and then it sits closer to the skin. So yes, this is not a beast mode fragrance, but it lasts, and if someone walks by you or hugs you, they will be able to smell this creamy, fruity, smoky deliciousness. I would rate its scent with 10 out of 10, performance with 9 out of 10, so Fragrance du Bois Sirene overall gets 9.5 out of 10. It goes on my wish list and it's definitely full bottle worthy for me. I love those darker notes which give a lot of seductive vibe to this fragrance. It's very sensual, it's mysterious, but be aware that whenever something is very hyped up, your expectations will go up there, so there is a bigger chance to be disappointed. Therefore, just be aware this is not a safe blind buy, and if you would like milky cherry with smoky, woody, oudy base, then check out Sirene. Next perfume is Calvin Klein My Euphoria, a perfume that was launched last year, but it kind of went under the radar, and that was surprising because the note structure looks so interesting and unique, with black currant, orchid flambe, sesame, bamboo and oud listed. The ad also portrays My Euphoria as a perfume that will ignite your senses, so I thought people would be curious to try it out because of this unique notes it has in its structure. Watching the ad and looking at the bottle with this glossy red color, I was reminiscent of Givenchy's L'Interdit line, both L'Interdit Intense, where you get this creamy sesame note, and both L'Interdit Rouge, where you get this scorched or flambéed tuberose in the dry down. I love both perfumes, and in my opinion, these two are some of the best designer fragrances currently on the market. So I was really looking forward to trying out My Euphoria because I thought they might smell similar, and this smoky orchid with berries sounded so fun and delicious to me. But how My Euphoria actually smells? What you get in the opening of My Euphoria is this like juiciest black currant with some sweetness and woodiness in the background. And because of that juiciness and sweetness, black currant here isn't as aromatic or green as it can be in some perfumes. For example, in the opening of Armani C, where blackcurrant is sweet and juicy, but also green, sour and woody and aromatic as well. The opening of My Euphoria smells like younger, cuter and flirtier Armani's C sister, and blackcurrant here comes off more like raspberry. So to me, the opening of My Euphoria smells like the scent of sugared berries on the wooden table. And the opening is just, cheerful. It's very likable, but 5 minutes after applying, you start noticing some florals and surprisingly some faint, soapy, airy quality, and I'm not sure what gives this soapiness to this perfume. I can't smell any sesame that usually brings this nutty, spicy or creamy facets to perfumes. And also I don't get any orchid flambe accord because, well, there's nothing smoky or very dark in this fragrance either. On the contrary, My Euphoria is like a sweet, fruity floral scent with woody backbone and some soapy character. It doesn't change much as it dries down, and you don't have to be afraid of the oud or bamboo listed in the notes because I can't smell them at all. There's nothing off-putting, animalic or skanky in this perfume, but I can smell sandalwood from the base, which gives this creamy powdery effect. So in the dry down, My Euphoria smells like berries in the wooden bowl mixed with orchid soap and some powdery tuberose petals. The scent is mostly fruity and woody with some powdery, soapy floral vibe. It's very likable and there's nothing heavy, dark or heady about it. But I must warn you that this is how the scent smells on the tester strip and on my skin. Although on your skin those darker notes might become more prominent. So definitely test this one out first and see if it vibes with your skin chemistry. On me, this is a very fruity perfume with softer woods and soapy florals in the background. Based on the notes and the ad, I expected something in a similar vein to Givenchy's L'Interdit Rouge or Givenchy's L'Interdit Intense, but this is very likable, fruity, feminine, but leaning more towards unisex, and it's wearable for the most of the year except maybe in the summer, and it's equally wearable during the day and night. It would work for most occasions, both dressy and casual events. And although My Euphoria has the same orchid note as the original Euphoria, they aren't similar at all. I don't like the original Euphoria because it kind of smells too mature for me, but this is such a pleasant surprise. It also has this early 2000s clubbing vibe like the original Euphoria does as well, but this is less mature. It's softer, fruitier, more energetic fragrance. It lasts about 4 hours on my skin. It projects for half an hour and then it sits closer to the skin, so it's not the best perfume in terms of the performance, but scent-wise it's very likable. You can also find it often on sales. I would rate this perfume with 6 out of 10 for its scent profile and performance. Because of that weaker performance, this won't be a full bottle worthy perfume for me. But if you would like something fruity and woody, check out My Euphoria. I think this is very nicely balanced and likable perfume, so don't let the low ratings discourage you from trying out this fragrance. Another new 2024 perfume release is Creed's Queen of Silk, which should embody the ethereal softness of silk, the material of kings and queens. That's why they decided to use purple color on the bottle, because purple is associated with royalty. And the reason behind the name is a way to pay tribute to the origins of the House of Creed. In the 18th century, James Henry Creed founded the house as a tailoring company, and for over 260 years, Creed's business shifted from tailoring the finest garments from luxurious fabrics like silk to making and creating niche perfumes. That's why Queen of Silk in a deep, regal purple bottle draws the connection between the noble and royal history of purple silk and tailoring heritage of the House of Creed. I like the inspiration, like the bottle, but what about its scent? The opening of Queen of Silk is quite complex, but the most prominent note to me is osmanthus, which adds this mouth-watering, peachy, but also sweetened and honeyed accord. And you get some florals like magnolia and tuberose. Also you get spices and some like woody facets in the opening as well. But mostly what you get is this fruity, apricot, peachy-like nuances of osmanthus that has a bit of candied jelly or bubblegummy vibe. Magnolia gives this like floral but also musky feel and a bit of citrusy nuances, so the scent has a good balance of sweetness and freshness, creaminess and this like shimmery fizziness. The opening smells like peach-colored Tic Tac candies on a bed of magnolia petals and its branches. In the heart, Queen of Silk is centered around sweet, creamy vanilla, juicy fruity aspects from osmanthus and passion fruit with white florals and woody amber with tiny hints of smokiness. And I think it's good to dissect all those facets, so let's start with fruitiness. Although the scent has passion fruit, this perfume doesn't smell tropical at all to me, and also as the scent dries down, that peachy tic-tac-like osmanthus gets drier, similar to the scent of suede leather-like dried peaches. If you focus on the florals, the combination of musk and white florals creates this like milky, powdery, marshmallowy texture that perfectly rounds darker notes such as patchouli, oud, cedarwood, and incense in this perfume. Tuberose is the most prominent floral note, but it's not a green or bubblegummy or even vintage old grandma smelling type of tuberose. This tuberose is creamy, lactonic and silky smooth without being too floral or too heady. Also, vanilla and cedarwood combined give this very warm ambery essence, while other notes give this like woody, spicy and a bit smoky backdrop. So imagine you're waiting for your cup of warm spiced milk to cool down on the wooden table. You finished making tuberose bouquet and you're enjoying the sweet ambery taste of dry peaches. This is how Queen of Silk smells to me, and thankfully oud here is barely noticeable, and basically this becomes an almost milky, fruity floral perfume. It's neither too fruity, nor too floral, nor too sweet, but it's always rich, dense, rounded, elegant, and just smooth. In the base, musk becomes just a tiny bit animalic, but in a salty way, while oud gives this like a bit of smoky roasted vibe. So Queen of Silk finishes as a very sweet, ambery, woody floral vanilla on my skin. And some say Queen of Silk is very mature or incensey or oudy perfume. I don't get that at all, but be aware that just like with all other ambroxan-based fragrances, this one truly depends on your skin chemistry, so no wonder there are so many polarizing reviews about this perfume. I really like this fragrance much more than I thought I would, and you definitely need to sample this first and give it a proper wear, even several wears, to truly get to know the fragrance. I do think that reviews on Fragrantica are a bit too harsh because this isn't a simple generic fragrance in my book. It has many layers and it's done so incredibly smooth, refined, elegant and classy rather than, you know, youthful, fun and sexy. This is not that type of perfume. The reason why Queen of Silk gets so much negativity is probably in the fact that just like Carmina, it doesn't have Creed's signature fuchsia, sparkling, clean and salty DNA, but also as someone who found Creed's women's offerings a bit lacking, this change in scent profile is more than welcomed in my opinion. Both with Carmina and Queen of Silk, Creed now has more feminine and interesting offerings for women, at least in my opinion. But if you like that Creed's salty base, this perfume might disappoint you. But if you don't, then this perfume is a reason to try out this brand again. The staying power is really good on my skin. I get about 8 hours, but the scent projects moderately for the first 3-4 hours, and then it delicately embraces your skin like silk. So you need to moisturize your skin before applying it, and also spray it on your clothes to enhance its projection. It's not a beast mode fragrance, but it lasts and I really like it, so I would rate its scent profile and performance with 8 out of 10. This perfume is not something you can smell every day. It's growing on me with each wear, and I think I might even add it to my collection just like Carmina. I'm still thinking about it. So this is a type of perfume you will grow to appreciate. It feels edgy, ladylike and dressy, and if you would like something like that, then try out the new Creed's Queen of Silk. And the last perfume is BDK's Wood Jasmine. I have 7 full bottles of BDK perfumes, and this is one of my favorite niche brands. What can I say? We just vibe. So I was really interested to try out Wood Jasmine because based on the name, I expected something dark, mysterious, seductive with a lot of jasmine, and I thought, yes, I would like this perfume, but how would jasmine actually smells? The initial spray is very boozy and very fruity, but that fruitiness smells more like sour cherry rather than like a plum, and it feels tart, licorice, and there is some darkness in the background, almost like it has a bit animalic, leathery, dirty and tobacco-ish vibe that gives some bite to this sour cherry. 2 minutes after, sweetness comes through, so the scent isn't as sour as it was, but the opening can be described as smelling cherry liqueur in a wooden barrel or Moncherie chocolates kept for a long time in an old wooden box. So the scent is dark, boozy and cherry-like, and you would expect from a scent called Wood Jasmine to be a jasmine-dominant fragrance, but it's not. Eventually, cherry fades away from the opening after like half an hour or more, although some faint plum fruitiness always remains in this fragrance, but that boozy aspect from the opening is unchanged until the end. So you can smell booziness in the dry down together with sweetness and this lushness from Turkish rose and some indolic jasmine. The heart feels warm, ambery, boozy and sticky, but there is something like herbal and menthol-like coming through from time to time, and that's probably patchouli, but its bitter greenness is very subtle. So the darker, animalic, woody, tobacco-ish backbone you got in the opening also continues in the heart, and overall Wood Jasmine transforms from the scent of cherry liqueur in a whiskey barrel to a scent of spiced rose oil in a whiskey cellar that smells like potpourri on my skin, because woody notes and patchouli come out more on my skin than they do on this tester blotter. Wood Jasmine dries down to a very sweet, ambery, spicy rose balsam with some incense. The scent is balsamic, sweet and sour, dry and dusty, tobacco-ish, and it has a bit of retro oriental melancholic vibe. I truly do enjoy this fragrance, but the name, like, completely misleading because jasmine here isn't very strong, not on my skin, so it would be so much better if they named this fragrance as Boozy Amber. Although it smells darker, meaner and dirtier compared to other BDK fragrances, this is still refined and more than enjoyable perfume that smells a bit witchy, like some dark, fruity, boozy amber potion a coven of witches would prepare in the dark forest. As I've already described, the scent is a bit twisty and it changes from juicy cherry top to a boozy, woody, ambery floral heart, and it finishes just with boozy, ambery vanilla, but those changes are so smooth and nuanced. So if you would like a perfume that tells a story, that takes you on a journey, try out BDK's Wood Jasmine. This is a unisex perfume, more feminine than masculine. It's better for colder weather, and it's not something I would recommend for daytime wear or going to office, but it would be great for evening parties and dates. I get about 7 to 8 hours of wear with moderate projection, so overall I would rate the scent profile and performance of this fragrance with 7.5 out of 10. The scent, it's not a love, so I won't be getting full bottle, but if you would like an old school vintage type of perfume with boozy, fruity, ambery scent that lasts and smells witchy, then check out BDK's Wood Jasmine. If you enjoyed these perfume reviews so far, then boop the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe for more content coming up. But now let's answer which two perfumes I might add to my collection, and those are Creed Queen of Silk and absolutely Fragrance du Bois Sirene. This is a perfume I will buy eventually. This is a perfume I might buy. Another perfume that was really interesting and nice, and I would really recommend it if you want something different in a positive way, then that is BDK's Wood Jasmine. But two perfumes that seem a bit too generic. The reason why I'm also not mesmerized with them is the longevity are Mugler Angel Elixir and Klein My Euphoria. They do smell nice. Everyone will say they smell good. They just don't have a bit of that it factor. So this is just my opinion of these 5 fragrances I've tested. Let me know what you think, and if you would like to watch previous episode of this full bottle worthy or not video series, then check out this video next. I will see you there. Bye!